You can be laying down if you're in bed. You can be sitting upright if you're on the couch or on the floor or in your favorite chair, wherever you happen to be. And you can also totally listen to this if you're like doing things or if you're stretching or just having it on in the background, because hopefully no matter how you're listening to this, you'll still be able to receive some benefit from the words that I say. So once you're in that comfortable position or wherever you are, you can just start to check in with your alignment to your of your shoulders and your hips. So if there was like a 360 drone view of your body, from like the front view, from the side view, the shoulders and hips are in line with each other, relatively so. Of course, if your body is made differently, where it's like when they're aligned, you feel like you're leaning back or leaning forward, or it just doesn't feel right, always first thing is to listen to your body first. So my words can just act as suggestions, and if something I say doesn't feel right at any point throughout this whole practice, then your body is the teacher here, and my words can just be starting points. So as you arrive, if your eyes are not already closed, you can allow them to softly close if you're in a space where you feel safe to do that. And you can mark your arrival to this practice with a nice big cleansing breath, taking a slow, long, deep inhale through the nose, maybe pausing for just a moment at the top, and slowly letting that go as you need to without straining, slowly decompressing and just pushing a tiny bit more air out of you, even once you think you're empty. And then just pause in that emptiness, in that stillness, allowing your next breath to come naturally. And you can do that a few more times, just exaggerating your breath on all sides. So exaggerating the inhale, exaggerating the pause, exaggerating the exhale, and the pause, the 4 parts of your breath. And at any point, you can release that control when you feel ready to do so, and just come into a space where you're able to observe the breath without control. And you allow your body to breathe on its own, as you remember that the breath is what can be voluntary or automatic. So you can practice the guidance that you have over your breath. You can guide your breath to do what you would like it to do. And at the same time, you can allow your breath to do its thing and not even pay attention to it. And you can do what's right in the middle of that, which is pay attention to your breath doing its thing. And know that sometimes that seems impossible. Sometimes I try to observe my breath without controlling it, and it really doesn't feel like it's possible. I feel like if I'm thinking about my breath, that I'm going to have to be controlling it. And just know that that's what happens sometimes, some days, some moments. And other times it's super simple, and you can observe. So without judgment, just noticing wherever you are today, honoring wherever you are today, and knowing that that's going to be different from where you were yesterday and the day before. And it's also different from where you'll be tomorrow, or even in another hour from now. So taking this time to be where you are right now, to be with your senses, to be with your current breath. And start to soften all the muscles across your forehead. And just noticing if there was any tension there to soften. And even once you think your forehead and your eyebrows and eyes are all soft, see if you can release a little bit more tension. And the same thing for your jaw and your whole mouth, even your tongue and your lips. Just noticing the tension that is there. And then with that awareness, allowing these areas to soften, to sort of surrender just to their natural positions. We often feel like we have to hold our face in a certain way, especially when we're out in public or in places that we have to hold our jaw in a certain way, hold our eyes and our head in a certain way. But for right now, just trust that whatever way your face muscles naturally fall when you are relaxed, that is exactly where they're meant to be right now. There is no expression you need to hold. There's nothing at all that you need to hold up on your face. And you can allow all of the muscles to just ungrip from the bones. A tiny bit of space growing between the muscles and the bones. Almost like the muscles in the face are almost hanging off of the bones. And feeling that sense of stillness wash across the face and the ears as well, the hairline and the scalp. And also feeling your brain. Just bringing awareness to where your brain is located beneath the face and beneath the skull, beneath the scalp. And allow even your brain to be held, to rest into whatever position is natural for your brain. And allow all of this sense of surrender, sense of softness, stillness to naturally expand down the body, to soften the muscles across your neck, down your neck, softening the muscles across the shoulders, the collarbones, softening the muscles of the arms and the hands. And as your chest and arms and neck are all soft, you may notice that your body's going to start to curl down, sort of like a flower curling into itself at the end of the day. And just with that awareness, just with the awareness that your shoulders are starting to curl forward and your head's starting to maybe fall, you can reawaken your spine and your heart center and bring some awareness to your heart and where that's located in relationship to the shoulders. And for me personally, my shoulders are always sort of protecting my heart. They're always trying to come forward, and my heart's always trying to hide in that little cave. So just with that awareness that the heart is doing that and that the body is sort of forming this protective shape, you can allow space for a more open shape. You can allow your heart to come forward to the front of your body. Allow your heart or your shoulders to drop down and away. So you feel a sense of pride across your collarbones, across the front of your heart center. Maybe a little stretch here and there. And then just noticing how your neck and your chin responds to that. In my body, my chin wants to come up, which stacks a lot of pressure on the back of the neck. So exaggerating the length in the back of your neck. So there's this really slight tuck in your chin, just to ensure that the vertebrae in your cervical spine is long and separated. And just feeling your breath now able to access your lungs with a bit more ease. And as you breathe in, feeling your lungs up against your rib cage. And as you exhale, allow your rib cage to almost hug your lungs, to just rest. As you start to tune into your heartbeat. And you can trace the space from your heart center through your neck, up through the brainstem, into your mind, into your forehead and the crown of your head. Also into your ears and into your mouth, so that you can feel your heartbeat in your head as well. Just feeling that connection between your heart and your mind, as well as your ears, your sense of listening, and your mouth where you speak, and your throat center, which is the home for listening and speaking. And allow this same sense of softness to just keep naturally trickling down the body into the stomach and the back, and the lower stomach and the sacrum, so that you feel all the muscles across your abdomen and your back, your lower back, just resting on the organs, just protecting your organs naturally. And letting that same sense continue into your hips, so your hips can just fully rest in the position that they're in. Softening all the muscles in the pelvic floor, in the glutes, this whole sensitive area. Feeling free to just be exactly as it is. Any tension that was residing here naturally melts away just with your awareness, just with your presence. And allowing that sense to keep going down the body, softening the legs, softening the feet, so that all the muscles now across the entire body ungripping from the bones. And able to feel your heartbeat, or being curious if you can feel your heartbeat in the palms of your hands, in the soles of your feet, in the crown of your head. As you just remember that your heart is connected to every part of your body, and your heartbeat can be felt throughout your entire body, with this whole body listening. And you can start to turn your inner gaze to peer into the forehead, into the third eye space between the eyebrows. And just noticing anything that you see right away in your own mind screen. And maybe it's just darkness. Maybe there's not anything noteworthy, but still just looking into that darkness, into that space. And as you're looking here, you can start to bring awareness to the sky that's above you, to the heavens that are above you, the sun, the planets, the moon, the stars, all of the celestial forces that are somewhere in the sky above you. And you'll start to notice that a small little disc of light, almost looking like a halo, is emerging from the sky, from the clouds, maybe from the sun. And it's being magnetically drawn toward your body, naturally, as light attracts light. So seeing this disc of light just floating down gracefully, patiently, and getting closer and closer to the crown of your head. And it hovers for just a bit, about a foot above the crown of your head. And you can maybe start to truly see this disc of light, noticing what it looks like to you, or maybe not even seeing it quite yet, but maybe just starting to be curious or imagining or feeling this light. And you can see this light so that it's big enough that it could fit over your entire body. It's kind of like a beam. And this light contains all of the love from your loved ones, still living or moved on, your ancestors, your spirits, your guides, your angels, whatever word you have for that everlasting love. The love from your maker, the one who's allowing your heart to beat. And the love and support from you, from your truest self, that is aligned with all of this love. And on your next gentle and soft exhale, you can notice that this light will naturally start to descend over your body. And as it does so, as this light slowly sort of scans your body, really slowly moving through, you'll notice that this light will naturally, without any doing of you, it will naturally feed the light in your body. It will feed your energy centers, your chakras, aligning your body with love, with patience, with understanding, with safety, creativity, confidence, honesty, intuition, connection. And it will naturally filter out anything that doesn't align with that, or anything that doesn't serve your purpose toward that light, knowing that sometimes things that we might label as negative are necessary. So just any excess negativity will naturally be absorbed by this light. So allowing this disc of light to act as a filter and letting it scan your face and your head, letting it come down past the neck, and feeling this light across your shoulders, your collarbones, and your heart center. And almost seeing this process happening, seeing this light being fed into your body and things that don't serve you leaving your body, just being magnetically drawn into the light. And letting it come down the arms, come down through the lungs and the ribs, coming down into the stomach, coming into the hips, the glutes, the upper thighs, the lower thighs and the knees, and the shins and the calves, and finally the feet. But letting this light move at its own pace. So if you're somewhere else in the body right now, let yourself be there. Or if your light has already passed through, that is fine too. But whenever this disc of light exits your body, you can just allow it to keep sinking down. Allow the positive and loving energy from this light to stay within you, and allow any negativity or things that don't serve you to stay with that light and be magnetically drawn into the core of the earth beneath you, where it is held, where it is disintegrated, where it's no longer inside of you. And just noticing how the body feels once this light has passed through. Noticing how the mind feels. And then bring some attention back into your heart center. And now imagine all of the light from that disc of light within your heart center. All of the love, the compassion, the gratitude that exists inside of your heart center. And just bringing awareness to that. Listening to the unique rhythm of your own heartbeat. And as you are maybe seeing a light in your heart center and feeling the rhythm of the pulse or of the light itself, you'll notice that naturally, as light attracts light, the rest of your body is almost calling for this light from your heart to come to it. So you can allow this pulsing light in your heart center to just spread, to naturally expand, to encompass the entire chest, to come down the arms and into your hands, to come up the throat and into your head and your mind, coming into the lungs and ribs, into the stomach, into the hips, the glutes, the legs, the feet, and the toes. You now feel how your body has light on all sides. You just received this healing light from the sky above you and from the skin surrounding your body, from the air, the life force energy that's surrounding you. You have fully received that light from the outside. And you've also allowed the light within you to awaken naturally and feed yourself from the inside. So just remembering that there is light on all sides of you, inside of you especially. And reminding yourself as you listen to your heart that all the love you could ever possibly want is already here. And we can remind ourselves of this when we find ourselves going out into the world or speaking to others or creating things with the pure intention of earning more love. Because what we do, or what we communicate to the universe when we try to earn love, is coming from a place of lack. It's assuming that we don't have enough. And that is just innately a mistake. It's wrong. Because it's not acknowledging that we have the key to the source already inside of us. And so we can flip that narrative. Instead of doing things to try to earn love, we can do things trying to share the love that we already have. And you'll notice that naturally, that will just continue to feed the love that you have and feed the love of everyone else. And being so kind to yourself when you forget that, when you get caught in the trap of trying to earn love, because you will, it will happen. That is the society we live in. But as often as you forget that, it's just about as many times as you remember. Remember that you already have all the love. You have the source inside of you already. And you can trust that any words I have said today that has resonated with you or has hit you in a place where your body recognized it as truth or as something that would be helpful or healing to think about, you can trust that those feelings come because you already know. And I'm not telling you any new information here today. These are all things that your body's natural intelligence and your own wisdom is already fully aware of. And I find that most of wisdom and the practice of meditation comes from getting out of your own way and just accepting that you already have the answers inside of you. And there's no more work or one more thing you have to do, or you're already doing it. You're already here. And you can be so proud of yourself and give yourself this love that you want to give to others simply for being here, simply for showing up. Knowing that this is the greatest act of service you can do for the people that you love and the things that you care about and love in your life. Because by being in this practice, by taking this time, it will allow you to show up more fully and more wholly and more lovingly in everything else that you do and with everyone else that you see and who sees you. And you will naturally enhance the rest of the love in other areas of your life. This is not a selfish practice. This practice is deeply healing and deeply necessary for you and for all the people around you. and reminding yourself of all the blessings, of all your experiences in life and hardships. And reminding yourself that these are blessings as well. Pain and suffering is also a blessing. And this practice, any meditation practice, is not about erasing negativity or purifying yourself or getting yourself to this heightened state where you feel no pain or no suffering. This practice is about accepting the reality of life. And the reality of life is pain and suffering. And trusting that all of the good feelings you've ever felt, these feelings of connection, of joy, of gratitude, of compassion, all these profound feelings, the only reason they feel so profound and special is because you have experienced the exact opposite. It's because you have been so deeply in the dark. It's because you have suffered so much pain and suffering in your life. And that same pain and suffering is what allows you to feel a deep sense of joy and relaxation and resonance. So just appreciating all the contrast in life and releasing any narrative that says that you have to be one way all of the time, or you should be feeling happy and connected all of the time, because that would not feel good. If you felt one way all the time, it wouldn't feel good, no matter how good that one feeling is. We need the contrast, the yin and the yang. We would not know light if we did not know dark. And just taking a moment now to give some appreciation and love to your ears, just for being able to hear the words I'm saying. And remember that not everyone has that ability, that is a blessing. And give thanks to your eyes for being able to see whatever it is that they see. And give thanks to your nose for smelling, for breathing. Give thanks to your mouth for tasting, for speaking. And give thanks to your mind for thinking. Give thanks to your skin for feeling and protecting. Give thanks to your heart for beating, your lungs for breathing, and your organs for functioning in their specific functions. Your muscles for supporting your bones and your skeleton. And your bones for holding you up, for their security. And giving thanks to the air that you breathe in, the air that's surrounding you, the life force energy. And if it feels natural for you to do so, or like something you'd like to do, you can bring your hands to a prayer position at heart center, or place your hands anywhere on your body that they want to go, just trusting that natural instinct. And taking a deep conscious breath in and feeling the energy from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Feeling yourself filling up with this breath in. And on your next exhale, allowing your head to gently bow. as you give true and deep thanks and gratitude to your Maker, whoever or whatever force it is that created you and is allowing your senses to function and your body to be here. Giving thanks to your ancestors, spirits, guides, angels, whatever word you have for the love around you. Giving thanks to everyone in this space and their guides and spirits who supported you through this process today. And most importantly, giving this same love, thanks, and appreciation to yourself for being here, for being open, for being receptive, for taking the time out of your day for this true and pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you throughout the rest of your Friday and the rest of your weekend. And may you bring this same love and understanding into everything that you do and to everyone that you see. Namaste.